Good afternoon. Well, we are out in the high tunnel today, and we're going to start some seeds. These are going to go, this is the first time I've used a germination chamber to germinate my seeds. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically an old refrigerator, some shelves, and a crock pot. And I'll put a link to that video either now or at the end of the video, and you can see how I built that. So it's time to start seeds. It is February 2nd, is that right?
I think so.
February 3rd, something like that?
I don't know.
And I mean, really wouldn't have hurt to start them a couple weeks ago, but you know, been busy with stuff. And so we're gonna start some seeds today. So what I do is I have all these plastic containers. They're trays with all the individual little pots on them. These are all from plants that I had bought in the past, or people kind of know that I keep this kind of stuff. I hoard this kind of stuff. And so friends and family will, if they buy plants, they'll put all this stuff back for me and either drop it off here, or I'll pick it up or whatever. But this kind of stuff is really great to have around, mainly because you don't have to buy it. And then I also have some of these like 6-packs like this. Again, this is all used stuff. All this was either from plants I bought or from people donating it to me. I also have some seed starting mix. This is from Jiffy, but all the brands make it. It's better to use seed starting mix. It's fine and really high quality, honey. It's really fine, high quality. I like to, it has a little perlite in it, which is the little white balls, helps with moisture. I like to get my, pre-soak mine. I like to pre-soak mine because when you fill these little pots or containers up dry, and then you go to water it, it wants to just all flush out of the pot. But when it's pre-moistened, it doesn't seem to do that as bad. So we've got our soil, and then some plant labels if you care about what seeds are what plants are what. Some people don't. I do, just because I like to know what kind of tomato it is, or what pepper or whatever. And then I got my hand completely soaked here and muddy. Then we have our seeds. Today we're gonna do some tomato and some pepper. Those are the main ones that I start early. Everything else, and this is just what I do, but most everything else, squash and cucumber, I'll start in pots like this, but usually not this soon, because those germinate really quick and they start growing like crazy, and you know, we're not quite ready to start planting yet. So I've got some tomato plants from Burgess, from Burpee, from is it June seed? And then these are my favorite. I discovered this company. This gal's out in California, Carmel Bella Farms, and their specialty tomato and some pepper, but mainly tomato. Tons of varieties of really, really neat tomato seeds, different sizes, different varieties, whether it's for eating fresh or for canning or for paste or whatever. And the cool thing is all different colors, anywhere from black and purple tomatoes to red or green, purple, orange, everything, yellow. So kind of fun, kind of mixes things up. So let's get started. I guess I'll start out with, I've actually got holes in the bottom of this so it can kind of drain. It's gonna be, you want to switch sides? It might be kind of hard to see. A lot more of this, that's for sure.
Mine.
All right, so I didn't have nearly enough. I wanted to fill, 3 or 4 trays, but I didn't have enough of that starter mix. So we'll be making a trip to our nearest Lowe's or Home Depot or something here in the next, maybe tonight, maybe this evening. But anyways, I'm gonna get, you can always add in this germination chamber. So I'm gonna put these on the 2 lowest racks, and then we'll get some more soil, fill a bunch more trays maybe tomorrow, and then fill the rest of that chamber up. Probably not fill it up, it'll hold a lot. So I wanna kinda stagger them. That's my plan anyway. I wanna kinda stagger them because I don't really know if we're too early or not. Our high tunnel got a lot of holes in it from some summer hailstorms we had last summer, and the guy who built this, they're so backlogged on building these and replacing plastic that he's not even sure when. I mean, I'm on a list to have the plastic replaced, but this isn't gonna hold heat it is nearly as well as it would without all the holes in it. So I'm just not really sure if I'm gonna be able to start these just out here in the high tunnel beds as early as I would like to. So anyways, we're gonna get these started and we'll show you the germination chamber and go from there.
How deep do you want these?
Not very. In fact, what some people say to do is use what they call a dibbler. It's literally, I'll show you up here just because it's closer, but it's literally just make a little hole in top of the dirt, you know, and then drop the seed in. The seed only needs to go in about 1/8 of an inch. It's not very deep at all. Now, sometimes people say to do 2 or 3 seeds in each pot, and then you can thin out, you know, whichever one looks the best you can keep, and then you can, you know, tear out the other two. Or you could divide them even. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do one, and if they don't germinate in a week or 10 days or so, then I will pull them out and plant something else. All right, let's get these in the germination chamber. I haven't decided where this thing's going to end up permanent. It's a little tight right here, but this is where the electric plug-in is. So since this is kind of a seasonal thing, I think I'm going to leave it here when I'm using it. And then when I'm done germinating, I'll stick it back there in the corner of the high tunnel. It's out of the way. And I think that'll work out better. Yeah, so if I put them in there the long way, I'm fairly certain they would fit. But I could probably do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 trays, 10 big trays. So not bad. We're just gonna get some water in that crock pot, get it plugged in, and we'll check it in a few days. Okay, so we got our trays in there, and we got water in the crock pot. I put it on high, and just a note, the crock pot needs to be like a cheap crock pot with a dial, not digital. Anything there's going to be a ton of moisture and water sitting in here after even just one day. So the less electronics involved inside there, the better. This is the Inkbird. Pretty simple set, and then up or down to whatever you want it at, and I have it at 78. And so you can see right here, I'm not sure if you can really see this. It probably, since it's, I think it's because it's LED or because of whatever, it's not gonna look right, but it says it's 61.7 right now, and it's blinking, meaning it's warming or trying to warm, and then it's set to 78. So we'll check back in a little bit, make sure that it is warming up or to 78, and then this thing will kick on and off as needed. Man, I can't wait to see how few days these seeds take to germinate. I'm yet to get Chief, my wife, in any of these videos. Every now and again, she'll, I'll catch her in a video or whatever, but not very often. She's camera shy, but she's back from Austin. She was in Austin, Texas for 2 weeks, and she got back yesterday afternoon, and all is right in the world now. So glad she's back. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, we're gonna get seeds planted. Do you find a good spot? This is Pigpen, Maggie. Oh boy. All right, so it is Wednesday afternoon, and we're gonna check on our seeds. Now, some of these we started on Saturday, so 4 days ago. Some we started on Sunday. So let's take a look. Get out of the way, Molly. All right. So you can see these are gold medal tomatoes. We've got 3 out of 6 that are up. Now they don't look like much right now, but we can't leave them in here in the dark because they're searching for light. So we're gonna put them underneath our little grow tent. I can see a couple other flats back there have starts too. Some of them don't have any growth yet, but let's get these. I'll show you what I do with these. I'm gonna shut this door while we do this, but if you haven't seen the video that I made on this little, I call it my grow tent. It's actually in my high tunnel. So I've got 1 layer of plastic, a 2nd layer of plastic, and then in the soil I have, just underneath the surface, I have a, I don't really know exactly what they call it, but it's a wire. This is actually one I bought for this tank, bed, but it is a soil heating cable, and it's just thin wire that plugs in. You can put it on a thermostat even, and it just weaves back and forth in there, and that's what's going to keep these things warm. It really does a really good job of warming this whole plastic under here. So we're just going to put these, since they are started, we're going to start lining these things up. But you got to get these out of this chamber as soon as possible, because if you don't, these things, after they're germinated, they're looking for light. And if they don't get it, they're going to get real tall, just kind of a stem, maybe with 1 leaf, and then they'll be too weak to stand up on their own. So you can see, not much to look at, but they're germinated, and that's what we were looking for. I got my get along gang here. So I'm going to check out what else I got, and we'll show you here when we get them all under here. Okay, so as you can see, I built this grow tent. Originally, it was just these 2 beds. Last year, I planted this Eureka lemon tree under here with the hopes that I could get it to overwinter. It looks like it took a little damage when we were pretty cold a few weeks ago, and you know, I also have a heat lamp in here on a thermostat, so when the thermostat gets below 34 degrees, this kicks on, and it's just a red bulb. A lot of times people use it to warm their chicken coops or stuff like that. So I have that for a little help under here. Looks like it wasn't quite enough, but this is just on the new tender leaves from this past season. Everything that was on this tree prior looks like it's okay. So I'm hoping that I can get this to grow. Eventually I'll have to make this grow tent taller to accommodate it, but for now I've got this under here, and I'm also just going to put all these flats kind of around it, and then I'll move this stuff out and have room for flats there as well. This can hold a lot of seed starts. So anyway, honey, come in here and let's show kind of what we got. So you can see not every single one of them is up, but they may have just been planted just a hair deeper, or, you know, whatever. So, you know, it may take an extra day, but having them in here, getting them into the sunlight, that's going to be the key. So we'll check in a few days, see how they're looking, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so it is Thursday today, and I checked the germination chamber here, and there was more seeds that sprouted, and so I put those underneath out here underneath the grow tent, and I want to show you the difference between a 1 and a 2 day out of this germination chamber. Okay, so these are the trays that I just took out, and you can see they're germinated, and that's about it. This one here, there's some real little ones. They're not even like standing up straight yet. Let's get that to focus. So there's a whole bunch that are germinated. Now these are the ones that I took out yesterday, and you can tell the difference already. I mean, look at that. The two little leaves are green, and the plant is already taken off. I mean, that's a huge difference. That's amazing. So anyways, pretty neat deal. All right, we're gonna see how the rest of them go, and maybe do a couple more days of updates, and then go ahead and get this video uploaded. So pretty neat. Here's a good look at them. All right, everybody. Well, it is Sunday, and I think we're a week and 1 day. So 8 days ago, we started our first batch of seeds, tomato seeds, in the germination chamber, and moved them under this grow tent here that's in my high tunnel. I just took out a small flat of jalapeno peppers. It seems like the peppers are taking a lot longer to germinate. I can't remember what day I started those. I'll have to go back in the video. This video's like over a week. It's 8 days long, so it's, you got to kind of follow the updates as we go. I'll have to go back and watch in the video when I started those, but anyways, we're on day 8, and I'm going to show you now. I don't want to open this grow tent for too long, because we are having sleet mixing over to snow as we speak. You can probably hear it on the plastic. So I've been out in it. We took a little break. Chief and I went down to the Wichita Mountain Wildlife Refuge and just kind of got away for a night. And we camped on Medicine Creek in Medicine Park in our Capri camper, and we did a little trout fishing. They stock, it's, I don't know, a half a mile or so long portion of the creek there, right in Medicine Park, that they stock with brown and rainbow trout. And we did a little trout fishing. We got skunked. Had one bite, but that might not even have been trout. It could have been a catfish or something. And according to the old timers that are down there fishing a lot, the fish just hadn't been biting. So who knows? The Mother Nature does strange things. So even the guys that are down there fishing several times a week, old timers as I call them, super great people. They'll tell you all their little tricks. And anyway, we got skunked. So we ate macaroni and cheese for dinner, and would have sure been nice to have some trout. But anyways, with that being said, we come home to we're looking at snow and ice, and I've been having to run around this morning trying to get hay out and do some stuff around the homestead here to get ready for that. So we've had a mild winter, so not much to complain about. But anyway, I'm going to turn you around. We're going to take a look in this grow tent real quick, and see what we got going on, see what we're looking at, and then I'm going to end this video and get this thing uploaded so you can see what we've been up to. Okay, so I've got a few other things, some cuttings, lavender, rosemary. Those are cuttings that I took as I was doing some pruning and just stuck them, and they'll turn into new plants. Here are the jalapenos that I just took out of that germination chamber. You can see that's how they look. And as soon as they get like that, you take them out because they're going to be searching for light. Here's some I took out yesterday. Here are the ones I took out a few days ago, and they're doing pretty good. But I'll tell you, we have not had very much sun, so I would have hoped they were doing a little bit better by now, but there's some more back there behind the lemon tree. So we just haven't had a whole lot of sun since I've taken these out of the chamber and got them in the grow tent here. Hopefully that'll change and we'll get some sun. I mean, the natural light, even if it's overcast, is still okay. But man, as soon as this sun starts showing itself and these seedlings start getting a bunch of natural light, I think they're really going to start growing fast and putting on some size, and that's what we need them to do. So anyways, we'll take a little look around the high tunnel here. I put in 10 new beds, all these ones back here, and then there's a few more on this wall. Those are all new totes that I bought, cut in half, and it really works out well. So anyway, I'll be getting those filled up. I've got them filled with the scrap wood, the you know, kind of bad firewood or whatever you want to call it, twigs, branches, stuff like that. I'll do wood chips, chicken manure, and then get some soil in there. So I'm gonna get this video wrapped up and get it posted or uploaded, and let me know what you guys are doing to prepare for spring and prepare for gardening season. So it's exciting, and I can't wait. This is gonna be a great year, I think. So let me know in the comments what you guys are doing. Are you growing you know, all your stuff from seeds, or do you buy your tomato plants and pepper plants and all that kind of stuff at, you know, a nursery or box store or whatever? I have always bought all my plants at Lowe's is where I've always bought mine, and or like a farm supply store like Atwood's. That's where I've always bought my stuff in the past. And you know, if you're growing a lot of stuff, it gets really pricey. And last year was the first year that my friend Rita was like, man, you got to start growing your stuff from seed. And I did, and had a really successful year with it. And so this year, adding on the germination chamber and adding on, I plan to add on more grow tent as well. You know, we'll be able to grow a lot of plants from seeds. So anyways, check out my other videos, and we'll see you on the next one.